Good evening and welcome into our weather impact alert coverage on 5 Plus tonight. Continuing to track this winter weather across the bi-state area. Looking out into St. Charles right now, you can see traffic is still moving along Interstate 70 here, but you really don't see as far as St. Peter's like we did earlier in the evening. The visibilities have come down as the snow has increased across the area, and so have the speeds on the roads. This is in the Chesterfield Valley, and you can see the snow kind of blowing across the roads there in front of the headlights on those cars. That is eastbound traffic with the headlights heading up out of the valley and towards Olive Street Road and Clarkson Road. So yeah, the traffic is slowing down across the area, and it's worse going down 44 and 55 where the heaviest snow has been. They're cleaning things up out there in Wildwood at Hidden Valley, kind of wrapping it up for the night. We're about 5-6 inches down towards Cuba. Highland, it doesn't look like we have a whole lot of snow there. It's not snowing all that hard, but you're getting just a little extra over in Highland tonight. You probably get a dusting to an extra inch. And Farmington, we've seen several inches of snow as well. South of Farmington, well, down in Oates and Reynolds County, we have a report of 8 inches and 7 inches down towards Knob Lick, south of Farmington. So tonight, the snow will be ending by 3 o'clock in the morning, tomorrow morning. So that gives the road crews a few hours ahead of the theoretical rush hour, which probably won't have a whole lot of rush to it. But that gives them some opportunities. An additional inch or two around the metro seems to fit most folks right now. The bitter cold, though, is lasting through Thursday. We're not going to get rid of it. So again, the heaviest snow totals falling down to the south, 5 to 9, even 8 to 12 inches. Some spots already achieving those numbers. Then you get closer to St. Louis, and as we know, the dry air, it's been a battle with that north and northeast wind, pumping the dry air in and keeping the northern fringes of the snow from really being as productive as what's been farther to the south. So we have seen an inch or two around St. Louis. We've seen another half an inch to an inch tonight, and you're going to pick up another inch to 2 inches before all said and done. The back edge of anything that's going to accumulate has moved east of Kansas City right now, and it would appear that the heavier snow bands are essentially shifting farther south into Missouri and into Kentucky and Tennessee, but that still leaves us with this area to get through. So I doubt you'll get much more than an inch additional over most of the metro area based on what we're seeing right now, but it's a very fine dry snow, and so that tends to add up. But it's also being whipped around by the winds, which are a little gusty. We're still holding at 12 degrees in St. Louis. You can see the metro area now solidly looking at the snow. Not as heavy east of St. Louis as it is around much of the metro area, and certainly down to the south. This is where we have seen the heaviest snow, but those blue bands are not quite as dark and not quite as widespread as they have been, indicating that we're not seeing as much in the way of heavy snow as we were seeing. So the visibilities are up here a little bit from that quarter to half mile restriction that we saw earlier. That's when you're getting moderate to heavy snow. It's now back up to a fairly decent snow, but not necessarily all that heavy. So temperatures are holding about steady, right around 11 degrees. We'll keep the snow going until about 1 or 2, and in the course of the next couple of hours, maybe another inch or so around St. Louis. Maybe on the south side of town, you know, closer to 2 inches, but you're just not going to see huge additional accumulations in the metro area. There might be another 3 or 4 inches for some spots down south, but even that is kind of stretching it at this point. 8 degrees in Warrenton, 6 still in Rolla. Those numbers really have not moved much this evening, and we've been holding about steady too along the Interstate 57 corridor from Effingham to Salem down to Mount Vernon. Temperatures in the teens there, but it's not all about the temperatures. That wind has been a little gusty, and it's been pretty steady, and that breeze has a bite to it tonight. 4 below zero is what it feels like in Pittsfield and Litchfield, as well as Chesterfield. Also feels like that in Farmington. 9 below your wind chill currently in Rolla. 12 below in Columbia. Is not pretty. And it's going to stay cold. That's one thing we don't get rid of. The snow, we will work the back edge in here from the west as we head towards midnight. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, we start to wind this puppy down. We keep the weather impact alert through Thursday, though, because not only is there snow on the ground that we have to navigate as we head towards the rush hour tomorrow morning, but we have these bitter cold temperatures and bitter cold wind chills. Some of us tomorrow morning, 10 to 20 degrees below zero on the wind chill. Plus, we're dealing with slick roads. So, we'll be here with you on 5 Plus, keeping you updated throughout the nighttime hours. There's a look down to the south at where the heaviest snow is. And we've finally seen it start to reach the ground here on the Illinois side. Took a little longer to moisten up this air. Obviously, it's dry, but you're seeing some snow finally, even north of St. Louis. Even though it's light, you're not getting huge amounts, but it's a little more. The back edge getting closer to that Colombia, Mexico area. You're probably going to get the back edge before midnight. Eventually, we get that into St. Louis. But here are the trouble spots. Down Highway 55, Highway 30, Highway 21 going south out of St. Louis, 44. All of those roads that stretch south and southwest of St. Louis are at the very least snowpacked, and in some cases darn near impossible to travel on right now. So we have seen, that was where your 8 inches was, northern portions of Iron County, 7 inches right around in here, southern portions of St. Francis County. And again, a lot of problems down 44. At times 44 has been shut down from Rolla, down towards Springfield in spots because they've had so many accidents today, and they had that wreck down there in Oklahoma with one of the tractor trailers hauling eggs. So all the eggs spilled. That's bad things, much as eggs cost now. All right, so temperatures tonight, holding in the single digits west of St. Louis, still around 10 to 12 in the metro area. You're not going to see them change too much here. As the snow comes to an end and that cold, dry air keeps coming on that north to northeasterly breeze, which does turn more to the north as we head into the wee hours. That allows us to drop a couple of 3 more degrees. So we back those temperatures off into the single digits for most of us early tomorrow morning. So from this nighttime, the afternoon and nighttime round, you're talking about an inch or 2 to 3 in St. Louis. That's probably it for most of the metro. And then going south, you just increase the amounts as you get into those heavier snow bands and the spots down south with that anywhere from 6, 7, 8 to 10, 12 inches. All right, morning low temperatures next few mornings. Thinking about 7 tomorrow. That may be a little cold, but the 0 on Thursday sure looks reasonable, and that's in town. Outlying areas are likely to be below 0. Unfortunately, both tomorrow morning and Thursday morning, we have wind. And so that means wind chills are a big deal. And for tomorrow night, Wednesday night into Thursday morning, the cold weather advisory is in effect for the St. Louis area. Tomorrow, it's mostly north and west of us, but Herman, Rolla, 10, 12 degrees below 0 is what the wind chill will feel like tomorrow morning. Still below 0 elsewhere as well. And you don't make a lot of progress. By 10 o'clock, the wind chills are just climbing above 0. Still in the single digits at lunchtime is what it will feel like to your exposed skin. So as we go through the day tomorrow, that cold weather advisory tomorrow night for St. Louis and into early Thursday, and the cold weather warning is off to our west. And that covers much of the Plains states. Now, with low temperatures that are going to be around 0 tomorrow night, and really tonight, tomorrow night, and Thursday night into Friday morning, if you've had problems with pipes freezing, you want to let those faucets drip on the outer walls. If you've got plumbing that's along the outer walls, would be more susceptible to freezing. And you can open the cabinet doors under the sinks along those outer walls too, to kind of let the air get underneath there and maybe keep the pipes a little warmer. Keep the dogs and cats inside. Make sure your smoke detector is working and you're practicing safe fire safety, which means if you're using space heaters, that you're using them safely and according to directions, making sure they're plugged into the outlet, not an extension cord, keeping everything that's flammable far away from them, and having those safety features on them. Feels like 3 degrees below 0 right now, 12 in St. Louis. Dew point's 5. If that dew point were, 10, it would be snowing. Well, you wouldn't want to know. Temperatures tonight drop back into the single digits. Wind could gust to 20 miles per hour. The snow ends between 1 and 3. Most of us, even southeast of St. Louis, will be down to just a few flurries by 3 o'clock. Tomorrow, temperatures go back into the mid-teens tomorrow afternoon, but the sunshine's going to be hard to come by. A lot of clouds out the door tomorrow morning, thinking we're right around 8, 10 degrees early on. We're near 0 Thursday morning, up to 18 Thursday afternoon, 27 on Friday. So our weather impact alert goes through Thursday. It's possible we might extend it through Friday morning, just because some of us may go below 0 again. But next week, I don't know about you, but I suspect most folks are really looking forward to a change of pace from Old Man Winter's menu that we've had lately. And next week looks like an opportunity for that. Not out of the question to see temperatures at or above 60 for early next week. Now, the complicating factor with that is there is still snow on the ground. So that's why we're keeping it in the 50s. But the computers, some of the computers want to push us into the mid 60s, which I don't think most of us would complain about, but may be hard to do with the snow on the ground until we get rid of it. All right, that'll take care of it for now. Again, we haven't made any huge forecast updates tonight. No big changes. Everything's staying on track from where we've been throughout the afternoon hours in St. Louis. And I think we're just on track to get this out of here overnight and get some warmer weather in here next week. A lot of closings, and the list keeps growing. You can find that on the 5 on Your Side app or at ksdk.com. We'll see you at 10.